Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. I'm going to be 100% honest on this one before I even start. I was legitimately surprised when I saw this come across the social medias last night. I thought about making a video then, but I was a bit tired, but we're making a video now, so let's go ahead and get into this one. Late last night, Sony posts a little something on Twitter, on social media, all over the place. Sony backs down on PlayStation Network account linking being required to play Helldivers 2. This was a surprise. I'm sitting there playing Dave the Diver online, hanging out with a bunch of individuals like me, and someone popped into my chat and said, "Hey, Sony walked back the requirements." Didn't really believe it, thought it was a rumor, everything going on, posted it in my Discord, checked it out for myself, read it out online for myself, and yet I'm still sitting here relatively surprised. So what's going on with Helldivers 2 if you've been living under a rock for the past couple of days? A little announcement came through before the weekend. Sony Interactive Entertainment and PlayStation listened to the vociferous negative feedback regarding the company's decision to require PlayStation Network accounts to play Helldivers 2 via Steam, and will no longer be implementing that policy going forward. If you didn't understand that, Sony made the announcement on something that looked to be not mandatory, voluntary, not required, in order to play Helldivers on Steam on PC. They weren't requiring signing up to a PlayStation Network account. And then all of a sudden, 3 months later, it became mandatory. It became a requirement that by the end of January, or not the end of January, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. By June 4th, I believe, by June 4th, it would be required to link a PlayStation Network account to your Steam account. Otherwise, you would not be able to play this game. There's a lot of back and forth online, claiming that it was mandatory. It was always mandatory. They just shut it off so that the game could run smoother, the servers could behave better. But it was still optional. And to top all that off, the game was being sold in, I believe, 170 plus countries where you could not actually create a PlayStation Network account. With all these problems, on top of the other, you had the Steam community, a massive group of PC players who absolutely loved Helldivers, take their review score and tank it, to say the least, going from overwhelmingly positive to overwhelmingly negative. Almost 250,000 reviews over a 48-hour period where only 14% of them were positive. Well, it recorded over a 30-day period. That's still massive. As of right now, do I still have it up? Yes, I do. Things have changed a little bit. Well, now you're looking at 303,000 reviews over 30 days, where 50% of them are positive. That is a step in the right direction. I kind of see this as, dear PC Steam users, you made a gentleman's agreement with Sony. I think you should follow through with it, regardless of how you feel about the corporation. They could do this again. You are correct. However, you voiced your opinion. You made your grievances known with this review score. I think you should go in and adjust accordingly, because Sony decided to, again, maybe for now, adjust accordingly. So PlayStation posted an update on X at midnight on May 6th. I was in the middle of playing a game. I already said that already. Helldivers fans, we've heard your feedback on the Helldivers 2 account linking update. The May 6th update, which would have required Steam and PlayStation Network account linking for new players and for current players, beginning May 30th, will not be moving forward. It added, "We are still learning what is best for PC players." Oh boy. Don't worry, PC players, they'll tell you what's best. It'll be really easy, because when you screw up, they're going to say something. They're going to demand refunds because you decided to make an error in your decision making, and they will walk away. PC gamers are not scared to walk away and find something else to play, unlike the plastic-worshipping console fan base. Your feedback was invaluable. Thanks again for your continued support of Helldivers 2, and we'll keep you updated on future plans. Let's see. Helldivers 2 CEO, Johan Hlistet Piles. Johan, reacted to the news writing, "Firstly, I am impressed by the willpower of the Helldivers 2 community and your ability to collaborate." Well, it wasn't the Helldivers 2 community, Johan. It was the Helldivers 2 Steam community, because the only thing the console fanboys were doing, the PlayStation Sony ponies were doing, is, why don't you just make an account? It's just 2 seconds. It's so easy. You're just whining and crying and moaning and groaning. The PC, what were they called? Just the whiny PC gamers. When, no, PC gamers made a decision. The ones who didn't care for the change, had no desire nor the intention to link their Steam account to the PlayStation Network, they voiced their opinion, they made a statement, and they walked away. They didn't cry. They didn't beg. They didn't get down on their knees and bootlick any corporation. They voiced their opinion and they walked away and waited. If this change had not happened, the PC gamers, the Steam players, would not have cared. They would have found something else in the long list, the long backlog of video games that we have. Found something else to play, and Helldivers 2 on Steam would have been a story to tell for some time. Thank our partners and friends at PlayStation for quickly, which is actually kind of surprising, it happened over the weekend. This decision was made over a weekend. Not on a business day, a weekend. Quickly and effectively making the decision to leave PSN linking optional. We together want to set a new standard for what a live game is and how developers and community can support each other to create the best game experience. Do not be surprised if PlayStation requires a linking to the PlayStation Network in order to enable cross-platform. I would not see that as detrimental, regardless of your thoughts. If you are playing the game with other PlayStation users, then I do believe you should do something to agree to PlayStation's terms of service. If you stay on Steam and you play with other PC users, other Steam users, then absolutely not. Should not, by any means, any reason, link it to a PlayStation Network account. Let me know what you think in the comments about that. Sony originally announced, due to technical issues at launch of Helldivers 2, we allowed the linking requirements for Steam accounts to PlayStation Network account to be temporarily optional. That grace period will now expire. Well, unfortunately, you don't wait till the 11th hour to announce to everybody that it is expiring. You have that on your front page. You have that for all to see, and you make it a requirement for purchase. Perhaps. Check a little box. Do you understand these requirements, that when we make it a requirement, that you will be required to sign up and agree to these requirements? Yeah, I said that intentionally. And of course, there's the wonderful announcement that started this whole shitstorm. Some interesting things are actually happening on Twitter that I just couldn't help myself. So there's the Helldivers fans, the community, the Steam. But apparently, this idea, I will never understand the console warring. Stop Sony from porting more PlayStation games to PC. Sign the petition. This is a petition, as I said right here because I couldn't help myself. This is a petition to stop Sony from trying to make money. You want less people playing a game that you enjoy. What on earth sort of thinking is that? I have no idea. But then Kotaku comes out with this little article that's, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish here. Maybe attempting to fan the flames of discourse because, I mean, it's Kotaku. Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer will require a PlayStation Network sign-in on PC. I think everybody knew and understood that. As long as it's not disabled and required 3 months later, I don't think anybody will have a problem with it. I don't know. What's your thoughts? As long as it's not 3 months later, yep. Didn't we see what happened with Helldivers? This has nothing. These are two different situations, but okay. Good. Just don't sell to 100 plus countries without PlayStation Network access. Good. How dare they? Nobody cares. People are going to buy these games. The issue, which still, even today, even with more and more people talking about it, talking about the reason Steam users had a problem with this. You disabled it and then re-enabled it 3 months later without proper communication. You allowed the game to be sold in 170-something countries that did not have access to PlayStation Network accounts. And then you expect a PC gamer to just roll over and take it like the console peasants? That's not going to happen. Ever, ever, ever. PC gamers, console gamers buy hardware. They worship a box of plastic that can never be changed. They accept the things that they are given, and they ask for more. PC gamers, on the other hand, being called entitled and crying and whiny. No, PC gamers have standards. They have principles. They create the little plastic box that they play on. They modify it and mold it and shape it to do exactly what they want it to do when they want it to do it. And as has been seen numerous times, when these corporations try to feed them slop, they laugh, they walk away, they get their refunds, and they move on to something else, and they voice their displeasure loud and proud. PC gamers and console gamers are not the same, and they never will be. But, I honestly didn't expect this to happen, but hey, it's happened. How do you think this is going to go in the future? Let me know what you think in the comments. Leave a like, leave a dislike, and do all those little things that YouTube is begging you to do. And I hope to see you on the next one.